Another all-time high has been reached very early this morning for PCX, as we can see here on the PCX USDT pair on MXC exchange. And again, if you have not registered to MXC exchange, not only for PCX, I'm not telling you that you should go buy PCX, but for any other assets, if you're interested, you can find my referral link in the description of this video. I would very much appreciate it if you do decide to use it. But it's amazing. I mean, yesterday when I did the video, it was trading at like 11 bucks, and that was the high that we had. And yeah, it was basically, we had the all-time high, the second all-time high, because the first one was back in August 2020, which was at 12 bucks. Then it was like 11 something when I did the video, and then later on that night it just absolutely pumped, and it put in a new all-time high again. And as you can see here, it's riding this blue moving average so nicely, right? This is the 30-day moving average. It's just riding it and riding it. Now there is a risk, like I said before, that it could pull back, but there's going to be some support here. So even if it pulls back, the support area could be around the 1190 to 12, and then it should bounce off that, hopefully, as long as it doesn't get rejected, as long as there is enough liquidity, and not just liquidity but volume, right? There has to be a lot of buying power. So yeah, I am pretty confident with the price for the moment. Again, we could potentially see a correction. We could potentially see this happen, right? It hit 12 bucks, and then it could just consolidate around this area before it makes another leg up when we have some bullish news, like an exchange listing, for example, because we're still waiting for OKX to list PCX, and it's been a while now. So yeah, I really wanted to do today's video as a premiere once again, just to be able to answer any questions you may have in the live chat, because I know a lot of people are new and they don't understand how to stake. They don't understand. I've done tutorials on staking, but I know some people are still asking questions regards to the airdrop, which is going to happen either this month or next month when Kusama finally launched those parachains already, because we've been waiting patiently for so long now. But the other thing I wanted to talk about here is Hotbit. So this is another exchange where you can trade PCX, and I know that people in the US cannot access MXC legally, right? Because they need to use a VPN. Otherwise, I don't know why it's blocked for US customers. Maybe there's a reason behind it. So people are going to Hotbit, and somebody from my community actually told me that they weren't able to buy without pumping the price. So as you can see, the problem with Hotbit here is that it lacks liquidity for PCX. Then the other option is Gate.io, which is another exchange where PCX is listed. But the problem is there that you need to do KYC, so some people are not happy to submit their documents to be able to withdraw, whereas with Hotbit, you don't need to do KYC to withdraw. So at least there's some positive here, right? So the good thing about Hotbit, though, aside from not being able to do KYC and for Americans to be able to use it, is that you can just place a limit order here if you're interested to buy, and just let it sit there. Because if you market buy, I mean, you're going to be pumping the price, assuming you want to get, like, say, I don't know, 2000 PCX as an example here, right? You're going to be pumping the price because there isn't enough liquidity. So as you can see here, we go straight to 1526, right? And again, limit orders are the best, because at the end the bots will sell into them. Like, a lot of these trading activities that you see on these exchanges are bots. So if you have a limit order close to the lowest sell order, right? So if you say like the lowest sell order is 1496.50, so say you want to buy in, right, and you want to place a big limit order, and then you could just do it at 1496.4, right? And if you do that, then the bots will normally sell into it, but you have to be patient. You have to let it sit there, maybe for an hour, maybe for two, maybe even for half a day or so, but it'll eventually get bought into, as long as the activity is obviously not super volatile and people aren't just constantly buying. But if you get some kind of sideways activity, then you're going to be filled pretty much. So it all depends on how it does on other exchanges like MXC, because this is where the main liquidity is taking place and the main action. Now I didn't want to actually do this video only to talk about PCX, so I just wanted to kind of mention PCX here, that it put a new all-time high once again. So yeah, the second all-time high that we've seen in 2021 is 1560, as you can see here. So I'm really hyped about that. We'll see tomorrow how it's going to do. I'm probably going to do a follow-up video tomorrow just to check up on this. But really what I wanted to talk about in this video is Binance Smart Chain, because a lot of people have joined and a lot of people have heard of Binance Smart Chain. A lot of people have used Ethereum in order to take part in these public sales, and they were absolutely wrecked with the fees, right? The fees are just insane on Ethereum. People have been paying $50, $100, even more. There was a person on Reddit that posted an article showing up the proof of the transaction and how they paid $9,000 by accident for a small transaction. So absolutely insane. I don't know how they even approved that transaction. I don't know how they could make that kind of mistake, because you get to see it before you sign it. You get to see the amount. So I'm not sure, maybe they confused the transaction fee with the amount they were trying to send or trying to buy. I'm not sure what they were doing there, but it's absolutely insane. But anyway, let's get back to this. So because the Ethereum fees are so high at the moment for a transaction, people are looking at Binance Chain for these public sales, for these token sales. Again, of course, I am bullish on Polkadot on this channel, but it doesn't mean I'm not open-minded to other potential blockchains which can offer that low fee, high potential, you know, to get into a decent enough project. So Binance Chain, again, they're part of Binance Centralized Exchange. I've done a tutorial on Binance Centralized Exchange, how you can use it, which is like the biggest cryptocurrency exchange. They've been like around since July 2017, I believe. They were just purely an exchange, crypto to crypto, and then they've eventually evolved throughout 2018 and 2019 in the bear market. They've grown to become a giant. Now, like, they've got staking on there, they've got, you can take loans, they've got leverage trading, they've got everything, right? DeFi and everything. So yeah, so basically Binance Smart Chain is the chain, is like the blockchain which is part of Binance, where you can do trades. Now, to give a kind of introduction for you to understand what Binance Smart Chain is, which is the newest chain, we need to look at how it used to be. So at the beginning it was Binance Chain. That's all you had, with the decentralized exchange, which I've done a tutorial on like a long time ago. I think it was in early 2019 when I done that tutorial, I think. So Binance Chain was launched by Binance in April 2019. Its primary focus is to facilitate fast, decentralized and non-custodial trading. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the biggest decentralized applications or dApp on it is Binance DEX, which is the one I've covered. One of the friendliest decentralized exchanges out there. Now, you can use it via web interface at binance.org or through its native integration with Trust Wallet on the mobile phone. If you download Trust Wallet on the mobile, you can access Binance DEX and you can trade on there directly with your wallet. So binance.org is the web version. That's the one that I've done a tutorial on. I have not done a tutorial on Trust Wallet. Now, due to limitations inherent to blockchain systems, however, the chain doesn't have much flexibility, so smart contracts in a system optimized for fast trading could significantly congest the network. And they're referring to CryptoKitties, which is a really popular non-fungible token game on Ethereum. It's like, I think it was the first one, if I'm not mistaken. At the height of its popularity, it brought the Ethereum blockchain to a standstill because lots of people were using it, right? Now, scalability remains one of the most challenging hurdles to the blockchain development, and that's where Binance Smart Chain comes in. So, what is Binance Smart Chain? So, Binance Smart Chain, also known as BSC, this is the ticker that shall be seen in the crypto communities on Telegram mostly, is best described as a blockchain that runs in parallel to Binance Chain. Now, unlike Binance Chain, BSC boasts smart contract functionality and compatibility with the Ethereum virtual machine. So, this goes back to the tutorial I did on Binance DEX, where when you actually use the browser extension, you can actually see, actually let me open that to show you. Where is it? Binance Chain Wallet. Okay, so here we can see we've got, if you click on the drop down, we've got Binance Chain Network, which is the legacy blockchain that Binance Chain had for the DEX, and then we've got Binance Smart Chain, and we've also got Ethereum. Now, if we switch to Binance Chain, you can see that my public address starts with BNB, right? This is how it used to be. This is how it used to be on the Binance native blockchain, and it's still the same if you want to trade on their Binance DEX. But if you switch to Binance Smart Chain, then the address, as you can see here, starts with 0x, which is the same as an Ethereum address. So it is kind of compatible with that Ethereum address, right? So now to get back to this, where were we? So the design goal here was that to leave the high throughput of Binance Chain intact while introducing smart contracts into its ecosystem. In essence, both blockchains operate side by side. It's worth noting that BSC It's a so-called layer 2 or off-chain scalability solution. It's an independent blockchain that could run even if Binance Chain went offline. So that's good to know here, that they don't have a dependency on one another. Now that said, both chains bear a strong resemblance from a design standpoint. Now because BSC is Ethereum compatible, it launched with support for the rich universe of Ethereum tools and dApps. In theory, this makes it easy for developers to port their projects over from Ethereum. For users, it means that applications like MetaMask can be easily configured to work with BSC, and I have done that in a tutorial actually. I showed you how you can set it up for Binance Smart Chain. And yeah, seriously, it's just a matter of tweaking a couple of settings. Check out use MetaMask for Binance Smart Chain to get started, and they have a tutorial there. So then they're basically saying how does it work. It's got a 3-second block time with proof of stake, so you can stake. Where participants can stake BNB to become validators. So just like with Polkadot, where you need to have DOT to become a validator, but you need to have a lot of DOT. With PCX, thankfully, you don't need to. You can stake as little as 1 PCX to become a candidate node, not a validator. But if you get more than 11,000 people or 12,000 people to stake on your candidate node, you then turn into a validator, which means that you validate the blocks, and you also create new blocks as well. So it's kind of the same here, right? With the Binance Smart Chain, the concept is the same. If they propose a valid block, they'll receive the transaction fees from the transactions included in it. So it's the same with ChainX, where when the blocks are created, you also generate the transaction fee. So of course, you can claim those transaction fees. Now, unlike many protocols, there is no block subsidy of freshly minted BNB, as BNB is not inflationary. On the contrary, the supply of BNB decreases over time. So that is true. They are doing quarterly coin burns. So every quarter they have a coin burn until it's eventually going to reach, I believe, 50 or 100 million. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what the total supply is going to be when all the burning is complete. Now they are cross-chain compatible. So again, they're just reiterating here. And now the tokens, right? Because we want to know about the tokens. So we've got the BEP2 token and the BEP8 tokens from Binance Chain. They can be swapped for BEP20 tokens, the new standard introduced for Binance Smart Chain. Then you'll already be familiar with the format if you watch this introduction into ERC20 tokens, because BEP20 tokens are like ERC20 tokens, right? They're just tokens that are part of the smart contracts that are built on Ethereum in the sense of ERC20. So again, the smart contracts on Binance Smart Chain can create a token which is called a BEP20. So you use this the same function as the Ethereum counterpart. Now to move tokens from one chain to another, for example from BEP2 to BEP20 or vice versa, the simplest method is perhaps to use the Binance Chain wallet available on Chrome or Firefox. Use Binance Chain extension wallet for a guide for this. So again, the how to use the Binance Chain extension wallet is the one that I just showed you earlier. I have done a tutorial on that, so do check that out in the Binance Dex video. I'm not going to spend time to try and talk about it here, but the idea here is that they're trying to get decentralized finance over on Binance Smart Chain so that people can switch to that, because now that the Ethereum fees are so high, people are moving across to Binance Smart Chain. So what do we have here? So we've got the top Binance Smart Chain DeFi dApps on this website here. As you can see, this is called DappRadar.com. It's a good website. I do recommend it if you want to find out what the heck is going on in all these different blockchains here. So we've got here PancakeSwap, which is the number one. This is the one that's most used, right? This has got 39,000 users and a volume of 436 million here. And as you can see, they're a DeFi and they're on Binance Smart Chain. So let's take a look and see how it looks. So it looks very simple here, right? This isn't meant to be a tutorial or anything, but I just kind of quickly want to go through this. So we've got the home page here. We've got the trading feature. And then we've got the exchange itself. There's also the NFTs here. They've got the pools, the farms, you can farm and so on. But the idea here is that if you want to purchase something on Binance Smart Chain, some other token, you can do so. You first need to unlock your wallet. So that's why you need to have the browser-based extension called Binance Chain Wallet. And then once you do that, you need to choose the wallet. So what do you want to use? So let's say I want to use Binance Chain Wallet. Why is it asking me for MetaMask? Unlock again. Sorry, 1 second. Let me close this. Okay, I'm not sure why. Let me choose something here. ADA maybe? Unlock wallet. No. Okay, I think I know why. Let me see if I need to move back to this in order to do it. Connect. Oh, okay. Let's see if this works now. Okay, yeah, now it works. Sorry about that. My mistake. Okay, so you need to connect. You need to click connect, and then once you do that, you click connect. And let's see, does it show it? Does it show it? Still connecting. Still connecting. Binance Chain. Let's go back to this. Let me switch to Binance Smart Chain. Okay. I think this is what I had to do. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay, so basically what you have to do is you need to switch to Binance Smart Chain, and then you need to click on connect. So now, as we can see here on the top right hand corner of the screen, we can see the public address that I've got, which looks like an Ethereum one, which starts with 0x. So again, my bad. This is the first time I'm actually on PancakeSwap. I've never used it before, but I just thought, you know, it looks quite straightforward because it is like Uniswap, right? It looks very similar to Uniswap. So what can you do here? You've got the settings button, which allows you to choose the slippage. So again, I don't recommend you use a high slippage here because the bots tend to trade to overrun you. That's what they call it, or front run you. They'll try to front run you and basically dump on you straight away because you're giving too much slippage tolerance. You're basically you're paying more than you should be paying. So the best thing to do is just leave it as a default here. The transaction deadline is 20 minutes, which means that it's going to time out if 20 minutes pass. So basically, what do you do? So this is my balance here at 0, right? If I had tokens, say I had 1 BNB, this is how much ADA I could get. And this is not ADA on Cardano blockchain, right? This is ADA on Binance chain. So you actually need to swap it from the ADA on Binance chain over to the one on Cardano. There should be a way to swap, but the idea here is that they tokenized, just like we're going to see on Polkadot, right? They've tokenized all these different tokens from various blockchains, including Ontology. Like if we search for Ontology here, you can see this was tokenized on Binance Smart Chain. So this is how much Ontology gets for 1 BNB, which is really weird because I know that Ontology is definitely not worth that much. Okay, it's because they don't have liquidity. That's the reason. Because you can see here, look. Minimum received is 0.0219 and price impact is 99.74%. So I'm basically wiping out the liquidity pool here. If I was to buy 1 BNB worth of ONT and I'd only get this. So I'm basically like throwing away my BNB to the little ONT that there is in the pool, right? So how do you generate liquidity for something? Well, you just go to add liquidity here. But again, it's not worth adding liquidity for something like Ontology because there isn't enough trading activity, else why wouldn't people add it, right? So yeah, maybe again something like BNB ADA or BNB Atom. Let's see. So here, as you can see, there is enough liquidity. Let's go to exchange. Atom again. Okay, so here there is enough liquidity because the price impact is only 0.16%, right? So again, you can add more liquidity if you want. So let's say you wanted to go here. So if you wanted to add liquidity to this, say you wanted to add 100 BNB, you'd also need 698 and then this is how much you get as part of the pool share. So you get 0.5%, 58% of the pool. And these are the prices per pool share. So yeah, I mean, because you're getting 0.58% of the pool, that's how much you're going to get from the transaction fees generated. That's your percentage of the transaction fees that are getting generated, because there are other people that are supplying more liquidity than you. See, if you had like say 1,000, if you're a BNB whale and you had a lot of ATOM as well, then you would get even more. You would have 5% of the share of the pool, so you'd get even more from those transaction fees. So that's how it works. So their idea here, So their idea here is that they're going to have all these different token sales on here eventually, right? We've got this option here which is called IFO. So with this IFO one, you'll be able to take part in various token sales, in various offerings. So as you can see, the next one that we've got here is called Berry, which I've never heard of. It's a price oracle on BSC. This is how much they're looking to raise. This is the launch time, February 16th, 5 p.m. SGT. Cake to burn. How to take part. Okay, so they're telling you how to take part here. So you need to buy Cake and BNB in order to take part. So you need to get Cake BNP LP tokens by adding Cake and BNP liquidity. Okay, before the sale and during the sale. While the sale is live, commit your Cake LP tokens to buy the IFO tokens. Okay, right, so that's what you do. And then after the sale, claim the tokens you purchased along with any unspent funds. Done. So yeah, it looks a bit complicated, but this is part of DeFi, right? You need to supply liquidity in order to take part and in order to generate. So yeah, I mean, this is how it's going to be going forward, right? And people are moving to this. People are moving to this. And you can launch your own IFO. If you have a token, you can just click on apply to launch and then you can do it. And then you can see what has already been part of the IFOs here. We had Soteria. They had Helmet Insure. I've never heard of these. I mean, a lot of these are fun tokens, right? Tokens that are probably not even gonna do well, right? People are just hyping over these, but I mean, they're not worth anything, right? They're not gonna change the blockchain space or anything like that. So be very careful with these because a lot of these are scams. But overall, I mean, this is how it works. And eventually when there are going to be more decent projects launching on this, then people are going to be more bullish, right? Because the transaction fees are small and they can, they can afford to take part. So yeah, this is pretty much it from today's video. I hope you found this informative. Do let me know in the comments below what you think. Don't forget to hit the like as always. And please do subscribe if you're new here. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching this video and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.